I am Michelle with two L's,
And I'm Natalie the Red.
and we are Force of I Entertainment, and we are here to give you our quick thoughts on the new movie that hit theaters this weekend called M3GAN. That is basically to kind of tell you what this story is about. It's about a toy developer who creates this doll that's an AI that is almost fully human called M3GAN. That's supposed to help out with kids and help them develop good
Just
skills.
help with everything, basically.
Yeah, everything.
It's like think of like a Black Mirror episode, but cheesier.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I know you haven't seen Black Mirror, but it also had like touches of that. I thought
that's kind of what. Well, and it's almost like if you mix Terminator and Chucky too.
Yeah, true.
This is a Blumhouse movie, if that's, I believe that's how you say that. That of course does horror, and this is technically horror, but it's not like
serious.
It's not serious horror, and it's PG-13. And I will say this: I don't like gore. That's why I don't watch a lot of horror movies. But this it doesn't show anything.
Right.
It leaves a lot. It shows you enough and leaves the rest to your imagination,
which I think is like good. It's a good direction to take things.
I actually prefer that. But yeah, this movie, M3GAN. At first, when I saw the trailer, I was just cracking up at the trailer at how ridiculous I thought it looked.
Yeah, I went to go see it honestly because it looked funny.
Yes, and then I heard Chris Gore from Film Thread. He had mentioned how basically he saw it and enjoyed it, and how basically it's made to be. They lean into knowing how ridiculous this movie is.
Yeah.
And I do think they do, because like there was a scene that we cracked up in. But I would say this: I wish they would have leaned into
like
it even
one of those
more.
Laughs in the theater that you just genuinely you don't even know it's coming out of you, and it's just like, whoa, there it is. Yeah, in a quiet theater.
Because of all the ridiculous, they really get you with like with M3GAN's looks like throughout the movie. But then the one scene, I'll say it's not really a spoiler.
No, it's just a rendition of Titanium.
Yeah, she sings the song Titanium, and it's just like we both were really laughing.
It's like I could get through the first verse, but it was like the second line when she goes into it, like I lost it. I really did lose it.
But and again, like I said, even some of the horror moments that they do, it really isn't very serious. But this movie is almost, to me, almost in between. It's not like a parody, but then it's not like true horror. And I
wanted them to kind of like pick a side.
Yes.
And preferably, because it's fun, this kind of like comedy horror genre thing, just edge even more into the silliness and singing Titanium seriously as she sleeps over her. Like, just go with like, I want to see more of that, I guess.
I want it to be more bonkers, so to speak. Like be even more ridiculous. And
like, then go totally over the top with it. I think it could be a fun genre, honestly.
Yeah, because like the actress who plays the aunt, the main adult, like she plays it kind of, I wish she would have played it
serious.
Yeah, I wanted her to be a little sillier. Like, just know, like, this is silly, and like kind of play it a little. To me, she played it a little too serious.
Or if you're gonna play it serious, you have to do it almost like so dramatic that you know you're being overly dramatic, and it's like, and then that works.
Yes. But yeah, that's there's not much to this movie. Just M3GAN is given to the aunt's daughter who lost her parents, and they develop a like, man, the little girl wants M3GAN over her aunt. But and then of course M3GAN, things begin to go haywire throughout the movie,
as one can imagine in a horror movie about a doll.
Yeah.
But and I will say, like, if any of you guys, like, if you're similar age to me or anything, and you watch like Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yes, okay.
On Nickelodeon, like a little bit of those vibes as well, I would say.
Yeah. So
like if you have a doll, clown, like that kind of category of like that freaks you out.
But like, I mean, are you gonna be scared? I mean, I would hope not as an adult.
Right.
But
I know, like, Drunk 3PO.
The jump scares got him. I didn't get it. The jump scares didn't get me.
He, according to what he's very scared and traumatized from this movie. So careful before you say.
So prayers to Drunk 3PO. But
he'll recover.
Let's see. That's kind of my thoughts. Natalie's, that your thoughts on it?
I think that's pretty much it. Like, It was entertaining.
It was. I wasn't bored at any point in this movie, and that's another plus. It's only like an hour and 45 minutes, which sometimes is nice in a movie. Like, we don't always need it to be 2.5 to 3 hours long.
Right.
So I overall, like, I wasn't bored. I found it fairly entertaining. That's the way I would word that. Is it some masterpiece? No. Like, could it have, do I think they should have leaned into the wackiness more? I really wish they would have, personally. Just a little more humor throughout. Just by humor, I mean because it's so ridiculous.
Like, it's already about a doll
Yeah.
that is like a human
Just
and
make
evil.
just make it more over the top in a way, I guess. But I did enjoy my time decently at the theater. Let's see, what would I rate this movie out of 5? I give this about a 3.5 out of 5 for enjoyment.
I really wanted to say that same specific as well. So I'm gonna be the negative Nancy and go 3 hoots.
Okay, and I will say this: I think we kind of suffered a little from having a boring audience with us. There weren't many people. I think if you had like a full theater, it would be more fun because people are going to laugh at that point. So I think it kind of depends on when you see it. But maybe if you have nothing else to do this weekend and you want to see a movie and you like kind of horror comedy,
catch a matinee.
Yeah, I would recommend a matinee. That's kind of what I would suggest on this one if you want to see it in theaters. But yeah, that's our thoughts on M3GAN. But if you share your thoughts below too, if you've seen it or thinking about seeing it. And if you have not yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also give the video a thumbs up. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, remember to be a force of light. All right. Bye guys.